Did I really just leave behind 8 years of teaching to end up here again? Salutations, friends! How are you guys doing today? Welcome to another Pauper video. And today I'm actually celebrating that I got into the affiliate program at Twitch via streaming. And that's actually very exciting for me because I had no idea how any of this worked. And now we are taking our baby steps, and it's pretty fun actually. So if you are watching this on YouTube, I will be streaming this live. So if you're ever interested in catching me at one of my streams, you can subscribe both on YouTube and over at Twitch as well. And consider subscribing on YouTube. Consider throwing me a bone and leaving a comment or whatever, because this is actually like the first step towards making this thing that I've been doing for the past month into a more professional, let's say, endeavor. And it's very exciting. I'm very happy and I'm very pleased. And it's all thanks to you guys. So I'm going to give you a treat today. I actually had a really hard time choosing what I was going to play. I actually played 2 leagues, one yesterday and one today, with brews that I wanted to bring to you guys, and I just got demolished. I felt like they were not on par with the type of thing that I wanted to bring to you in the channel. And I really didn't want to net deck and play like a tier 1 meta deck. So I decided to go way out of my comfort zone and play a deck that I have never played before. I mean, I guess I might have played it once or twice at my LGS, but this was way before like Modern Horizons 2, I think. It's been a while. So I found a Mogwarts list from Hamuda, and I thought that it was very interesting. I am not a Mogwarts pilot. I have played a lot against the deck, but I have not played with the deck itself. So I expect that this is going to be a league where I am going to mess up multiple times. I expect that this is going to be a league where if you are familiar with playing this deck, you are going to see many lines that I do not see while I am playing. And that is all fine. I would love if you could point me in the right direction in the comments and let me know if there are any tricks that I don't know about or anything like this. So, if you are completely new to this archetype, Mogwarts was, I would say, probably the best combo deck a while back before Glee was introduced into the format. Once the Malevolent Rumble package and we had the Basking Brood Scale Sadistic Glee combo, there's a sound car driving by. And if you're not familiar with what a sound car is, you clearly don't live in South America. But this deck was probably the top combo deck in the format before Basking Brood Scale, and then it was just like left in the burner for a while because Brood Scale did everything this deck did but better. It was less combo pieces, it was more interactive, it could consistently kill you turn 3 or 4, and these are things that Mogwarts sometimes can do, but it's not as strong and consistent as some of these decks. So what is the combo that we have here? This is a Goblin Combo deck where we are trying to assemble Putrid Goblin, which is a 2/2 with Undying, 2/2 with Persist, alongside First Day of Class, which is an instant that until the end of turn your creatures come into play with an additional +1/+1 counter, and a sack outlet. So if you have Putrid Goblin, First Day of Class, and Skirk Prospector, that's infinite mana. And if you have infinite mana, you can kill your opponent by sacrificing the Putrid Goblin to makeshift munitions. Normally, you are going to assemble the combo, you are going to have either the munitions itself or a Goblin Matron to find Dark Dweller Oracle, and then you are going to pay a mana, sacrifice the Putrid Goblin, exile the top card of your library until you find the munitions, and then you are going to kill your opponent. This is a deck that does take quite a bit of clicks to get done on Magic Online if your opponent does not concede. So this is a thing that we have to keep in mind. And then we also have a few interaction pieces to protect us. So we have 1 Krar Clan Shaman, we have 4 Duress to stop opponents' interaction. We have the package of Eviscerator's Insight and Fanatical Offering to draw us a few cards. And this list in particular is not playing Ichor Wellspring, we are playing County Garden, Prophetic Prism, and we are playing a Singleton Stormshriek Pharaoh. Just as like another possible kill condition, you can just play this, it has haste, and then you pump it for 1,000,000 and you hit your opponent. And we have 2 Toxin Analysis. You're gonna notice that it's 2 Toxin Analysis with just 1 Krar Clan Shaman. That is likely because the idea of Toxin Analysis here is to just block, pump your creature, and then trade with something big and dangerous. Maybe gain you a couple points of life on the way. It also makes you a clue, so you can cycle this, you can sacrifice it to one of your draw effects. And then in the sideboard, we are going to have some more Hand Disruption, some Weenie Disruption, an Abrade, Cast into the Fire, a couple Masked Vandals, these are goblins, so you can search them up with Goblin Matron to try and pop Nile Spell Bombs, another Toxin Analysis to go with your Shaman, and then you have 2 Introduction to Prophecy. This is a very characteristic card in this deck because First Day of Class has Learn, meaning that you can search your library for a lesson card, search your sideboard for a lesson card and put it in your hand when you cast it. We are going to see how it's gonna go. Again, very new for me, never tried this before, but I think I'm up for it today. I'm up to try something a little spicier and different. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you guys in game number 1. Welcome to round number 1. We are on the draw against Pylord 777. This is a hand that has one of the combo pieces, and then we can attempt to find the second one, and we have a duress to protect ourselves. This is not the fastest hand, but I do think I'm going to keep this, and then considering what our opponent starts off with, I can decide if I want to duress immediately or after. So this is going to be Blue Terror, and what do I want to do? I could just try to duress their hand right away, but considering that we also have Bojuka Bog, am I trying to gain time, or am I trying to set up a kill? And that is an interesting question, right? Our opponent just went Land Delver. I think I'm going to duress in an attempt to see if maybe they kept a hand that was not very good. So they're gonna get a chance at the flip, and then if they miss, they don't have any top control. I guess I'm just gonna take the Ponder here, and then I'm gonna hope they just miss the flip. Yeah, nice. That's pretty good. So I imagine, yeah, Mental Note. They just Mental Note in upkeep to not draw the land. They play another land. So our opponent doesn't yet know what we are. I think I'm just gonna Bojuka Bog them immediately. Because, I know they have a Second Thought Scouring hand, but I also have a Rakdos Carnarium, and there is a chance that I just want to play the Carnarium next turn and bounce it. Bounce the Bojuka Bog back. And right now, it is looking like we are just some sort of black control deck. Our opponent misses again, plays their 3rd land drop, hits us for 1. Am I interested in continuing the ruse? Or am I interested in just getting the game on? And I think I just want to get the game on. So I will just play a Goblin Matron. Let's see if our opponent drew a counterspell. Looks like they didn't. And I will just grab the Putrid Goblin here. We have a few more lands than I would like, but at least the Goblin Matron here possibly blocks the Delver if it doesn't flip. It does. Flips on a Sleep of the Dead. Sleep of the Dead is not the worst against us. So they mill the Sleep of the Dead and they mill a Deep Analysis. That's pretty good for them. And they have 4 instants or sorceries in their graveyard. So they could pay 3. Okay, they just Deep Analysis immediately. Well, second Putrid Goblin is not what the doctor ordered. Am I interested in just playing these out? Or do I want to try and exile their graveyard next turn? I guess I'm fine with playing a Goblin now and then bouncing the Bojuka Bog with the Carnarium. Putrid Goblin, of course, pretty good at chump blocking terrors. Not very good at chump blocking flying creatures. Second Delver. So they played the Thought Scourer. They don't have the Sleep of the Dead because it's in the graveyard. So right now, what I think I'm going to do is that I'm going to first attack. Of course, our opponent has a million cards in hand. Now I am going to Eviscerator's Insight the Goblin Matron because I would like that card in the graveyard in case I draw a Unearth. Let's see if this is going to resolve. I'm doing it in this order because if the opponent wants to respond, I get to exile an extra card. So we draw a second Goblin Matron. That's interesting. So I guess I am just going to Putrid Goblin, and I'm going to Bojuka Bog again. Even though this is not the main point, the main objective of the deck, especially in game number 1, but I am keeping an eye on my opponent's life total, because I could just try to use First Day of Class as a haste spell. It does give haste to all our creatures too. So we are at 6, our opponent has 6 power, and well, we just drew the combo. So I guess we sort of have to go for it. What's my line here? Try to go for the combo, and then if it fails, which it probably will, I get to go Toxin Analysis so I don't die, I guess, right? I think I need to maintain as much red mana as much black mana as possible, right? No, but then in this case I would need to play the red. Yeah, let's just First Day of Class and see what happens. And again, I do need to just play fast because I know that if this works, it's going to take a lot of clicking. Opponent dispels. That's okay. So I guess I will Toxin Analysis my Putrid Goblin. That works. Let's get in. And what am I going to attempt to do here? Because I am just going to die very fast. I am at only 8 life. Opponent's at 9. I have 4, 5, 6. 6 is not a lot. I think our opponent might have us here. Do I just want to try and put as many creatures on the board as possible? I guess I'll just... yeah, I guess I'll just play the Prospector and pass the turn. And then I will attempt to crack the clue at the end of turn. We would need to draw another First Day of Class, and for our opponent to not have a counterspell here. I don't have a Goblin Bushwhacker to attempt to do something with the Goblin Matron, so I can't go like Matron into Bushwhacker and then hit our opponent. In the past, when Kuldotha Rebirth was still a legal card, do I want this on top? I think I'll just crack it. That's not true, right? Let's crack the clue first. No. Oh, this is hard. What am I trying to hit? Like a draw spell? Yeah, in which case I guess I'll just sacrifice itself. Yes, sacrifice to its own ability. Fizzles. Oh, this doesn't even work how I want it, huh? Yeah, because I'm not gonna have the other mana then to do the thing. Okay. Wouldn't have mattered either way. So opponent is unfortunately gonna hit us, and I believe we need to hit a First Day of Class on the top card of our library right now. Opponent is tapped out. Ooh, okay. So let's do the math here, right? First Day of Class, get an Introduction to Prophecy, play Goblin Matron, always yield, yes. So I am going to get a Skirk Prospector here, play the Prospector, sacrifice, always yield, sacrifice. Let's Introduction to Prophecy. I guess Prophetic Prism is a redraw that allows me to get another black mana if I need. Play the Prism. So we have a few more draws here. 4, I'm going to attempt to Prism again. And there's the munitions, so we got there. Let's see if our opponent concedes. Did they concede? Yeah, we got there. We did the thing on the first game. That was crazy. That's so nice. I loved that. That was amazing. Thank you very much, opponent, for conceding. Otherwise, that could have taken quite a bit of time. We got very lucky there. Like, that was the last possible draw. We played 2 our outs, and we did. We got out of it. That's great. So, I do want the other Mesmeric Fiend, because that's just hand disruption. I do want all the red blasts, for sure. I don't believe I want a Braid. I think Krar Clan Shaman might just be too slow. So what are we cutting, right? Should be the main question here. I think the Toxin Analysis is too slow. I think the Storm Shriek Pharaoh is too slow. Can cut another Shaman. Yes, I know the Shamans get rid of the Terrors, but I would much rather just chump block them or something and then kill our opponent when it's time. So I need one more cut. I don't want to cut Recursion. I don't want to cut Draw Potential. Goblin Matron is good because it chumps. Maybe I'll just cut a Prism. Maybe that's it. And just sideboard like this. Okay, yeah. So if you were watching at the end of that last game and thought, oh, that's the last possible draw, we did have an Eviscerator's Insight in the graveyard. So the reason I kept the Prophetic Prism was because we could play the Prism, draw a card. The Prism filters for black mana that we could use for the Eviscerator's Insight that was stuck, not stuck, but that was in our graveyard. And it was also just more fodder. Not that we needed it, because our goblins would just die forever. Whew, okay, that was nice. I was very happy with that. So this hand just has the combo? Okay, so let me think. How can we play this out? This is supposedly a turn 3 kill, but I would need to hit another land, right? And I would need to have... I mean, it is a keep, 100%. But I would also need to have a third land. And theirs is a deck that has blasts now. They didn't start off with Land Delver, which is a pretty good start. And they shuffle. Interesting. There's the third land. Do I just try to go for it? I mean, yeah, let's see what happens. This is a possible turn 3 kill with protection. We have a backup Prospector. That's not bad. I guess I will just Putrid Goblin. I'm playing Putrid Goblin because it's a black spell, so it doesn't, so it doesn't get hit by, sacrifice to its own ability. It doesn't get hit by Blue Blast. So then you saw that they had to hit our Prospector, and then we just have a second one immediately to play. They reviewed a counterspell, but that's okay, we have a Duress. So we are hoping that the counterspell is their only piece of interaction here. If they have multiple pieces of interaction, this is going to be bad for us. Ponder, that's interesting. Are they playing Ponder because they want to hit their third land? Or are they playing Ponder because they're trying to hit a second piece of interaction? Ooh, another first day of class. So let's check our opponent. Let's see what they got. I believe our opponent might be considering... Okay, so they have the counterspell and they have a dispel. So I am going to get hit with something regardless, right? But can I do everything? Because I'm going to play a land, play first day of class. They're going to counter. And then I don't have the mana to do anything anymore. But at least that wastes their turn. Do I just want to take the counterspell and then play a Prophetic Prism? Yeah, I think so. I think I just take the counterspell and play Prophetic Prism. So our opponent did have 2 pieces of interaction for our combo. Fanatical Offering is good. Hit for 3. So no more counterspell. They have Brainstorm, Brainstorm, Dispel. And then again, even if our opponent had only 1 piece of interaction, they could still have played Brainstorm and found something else off the top. It would have to be a 1 mana piece of interaction, but it could have happened. Thought Scour, so they mill Counterspell and... Wait, what? No, I took Counterspell... Oh, they milled me! Okay. Oh, I got a little confused there for a second. Like, I get it, but I don't know if you're supposed to mill me. Okay, so they don't play anything. So I imagine our opponent has double interaction. They didn't play anything. So... do I just try to go for it twice and accept that some amount of the time they're just gonna have it? I guess. And I guess I won't do anything fancy. Actually, I guess it doesn't matter because I have Prophetic Prism. I'm not gonna do anything fancy here with the first day of class. So that gets dispelled. And then I do think that I am going to do something fancy here with the second one. So I'm going to attack, and I'm going to hold priority, sacrifice my dude, and then cast the second first day of class. And let's see if that resolves. It does not. It's a second dispel. That is very unfortunate, but okay. Okay, so our opponent did find a bunch of their interaction. Dispel is, of course, very good against us. And now we are in a situation where I no longer have a good clock, and I no longer have the pieces of the combo assembled, especially because our Putrid Goblin has a -1/-1 counter, our opponent has a Cryptic Serpent. Okay, so I guess I'll play and pass, and then I will attempt... Hold on, or do I just attempt to do this now? I could just try now, right? It will have to be a hell of a hand, but who knows? Okay, I'll give it a shot. Sure, I'll just sacrifice the Prism. Maybe I should have sacrificed the Putrid Goblin. Okay, so that's a Goblin Matron. There's a Hydroblast. Okay, so opponent has 2 cards in hand. We know they still have a Brainstorm. Guess I'm gonna get hit by a bunch here. It doesn't really matter. I think my next turn is gonna be the last one regardless. So I think I'm done here, right? It would have to be something crazy, like hit the Matron, find the... I don't even know if that works. I guess I could have chumped last turn, and that would have given me possibly another turn. Okay, Matron resolves. Yes. I think it would have to be something like Dark Dweller, Oracle, into like a Pyro, maybe? Oracle. If our opponent has any other piece of interaction here, we are just dead. Okay, they had another Blue Blast. Okay, so we were not winning that game. Our opponent drew a million pieces of interaction. Our hand was very good, but it was still not enough. So I don't think I'm going to change anything. I believe we are just attempting to be a little faster than they are. And I think that we just need to hit them better. And this deck does suffer from quite a bit of the same problems as other decks that I like to play in the metagame, such as Dredge. This is just another graveyard deck. This is a graveyard deck that doesn't suffer as much to graveyard because when it works, you just kill your opponent, while Dredge is the type of deck that you need a bit of time with your graveyard. You can just pop off and kill your opponent immediately from a semi-stocked graveyard, but it's really hard to do it repeatedly. And we saw here, like, our opponent had a lot of interaction, but they didn't touch our graveyard. We could have just drawn another piece of interaction and then tried to go a third time. Alas, it was not meant to be. And this deck also suffers from the fact that it is a red deck in a metagame where red is extremely prevalent. Okay, I would like to play first. So this hand could be basically anything. I'll keep, because it's got a County Garden. There is a turn 2 draw spell, Prism, Red Blast. I think I'm fine with keeping this. I do think that I am just going to play Swamp and immediately Fanatical Offering the Plant token. I think I am in the market for... That's pretty good too. But I do think I just want cards here. That's great. That's the whole combo over the course of the next 2 turns. So opponent doesn't do anything out of respect for us. I like it. I guess I'm just playing Putrid Goblin, holding up Red Blast. That resolves. So if that resolved, I think I'm in the market for map token here. County Garden. Okay. So theoretic... No, because I don't have the second red mana. If I found a second red mana, we would be able to combo our opponent. It's a lot of self-mill, but they did hit 2 lands. That's 3 + 3 = 6. That's not enough for a terror. That's pretty good. So I guess I will Goblin Matron, expecting this to get countered. It does. Then I will Bojuka Bog our opponent, get rid of their things. And I didn't want to play an untapped Swamp and unearth it immediately because our opponent still had 2 mana up. And that those 2 mana could mean a lot of things. The 1-off Bojuka Bog is really doing some work in this matchup. Now our opponent has to rebuild their graveyard to be able to put some pressure on the board. Also, we are sitting pretty because there's just no clock. Our opponent hasn't played anything that we need to be worried about. third land and a passing of the turn. That's another first day of class. That is pretty good. So I guess, is it time to go? I guess I'll cast this on the Goblin Matron. Let's see what happens. Important that I'm casting this with black mana. Resolves. Yes. Get a Prospector. I will play the Prism now. Guess I should have played... Yeah, okay, it didn't matter either. Draw. That's pretty good. Land. So I am going to play the Prospector here, and I am ready for a fight. If our opponent fights, I will fight back. Hydroblast. So guess I'll try, right? Oh, that's not the thing I want to cast. It's this. Counter target blue spell. Because it just seems like our opponent is just holding... Yeah, they have a lot of interaction. Okay. It just seems like our opponent is holding a lot of interaction, but they are not playing anything yet. So I'm not too worried about a clock. Okay, they milled a Murmuring Mystic. That's good. But now they have 5 cards. So that's one. Just one. Okay. Guess I will start off here. Draw. That's pretty good. Guess I will offering one of the Prism. Oh, I should have played the County Garden first, right? That was unfortunate. So I have the combo assembled again. Guess I'll play the County Garden as fodder. And I will pass holding Red Blast. Another land. I think this time I'm not going to block. It's just the first hit, and I think I would rather have my plant token as a possible draw outlet for Eviscerator's Insight. Mystic. So opponent has 2 cards in hand now and only 2 mana. Okay. So let's see if we can make this thing work. I guess I am going to start, because I only have 1 red mana here, so I need the Prospector to resolve. So I guess I'm starting here, and maybe I'll hit an untapped mana. Nice. That's what we want. So I'll play this, play Prospector, and we have it then. So we are going to Red Blast, counter their counterspell. You can have your bird. I am going to hold priority, sacrifice Putrid Goblin, play first day of class, get an introduction to Prophecy. Our dude comes back, always yield. And then I'm going to make a bunch of mana, always yield. And I'm not going to spend my black mana unless I really need to. So... wait, let's actually map token the Prospector, see what we have. Was a County Garden. Let's Introduction to Prophecy. And there's the munitions. So we got it! We beat Delver. Guess I'll just play the munition so our opponent knows we have it. And that should do it. Yeah! 1-0 against Blue Delver. That was very fun. That was very fun. I'm very happy with our first result here. The deck feels very consistent. I have been really liking the County Gardens in Dredge as well. And here they did a very good job. Like, sacrifice outlet for the draw spells. Something that you can bounce with your Rakdos Carnarium. It could have been a chump blocker here if I needed it to be. That's amazing. And again here, if we didn't find the munitions off the top, we would have bottomed 2 cards, then we would have looked at a 3rd card, and then if needed, I would play the second first day of class, gotten another Introduction to Prophecy, looked at 3 more cards, and then if we missed, then we were done. But considering we still had 3 black mana here, we had an Eviscerator's Insight in the graveyard, so we could have looked at 2 more cards. So in total, I believe we had 7, 8 looks, and then for every draw spell that we hit or first day of class, we get like another few looks. So we had a pretty decent chance there of getting it done. That was great. I'll see you guys for round number 2. Welcome back to round number 2. We are on the draw against ChaoticMTG. Let's see what our opponent has for us. Hopefully it's not going to be anything too crazy. All right. So this is a hand that has most of the combo. It has functional mana. It has a duress for interaction. Feels great. Snow-covered island. Is this High Tide? I think this is High Tide. I don't know exactly how our matchup is, but it is a combo deck race, right? I guess I'm just going to play the Prospector first, because No Covered Island plus Ponder could be something like Terror. Oh, it's not High Tide. Okay, so I guess I was a little hasty on my turn 1 play here, in which case I guess I'm just going to attack, hold up a Fanatical Offering. Yeah, okay. I think I got too fixated that it was going to be High Tide, so I wanted to play the optimal strategy against them. But from the looks of things, it's not. I would say it's probably Blue-Red Terror. Could be Fairies too, Blue-Red Fairies. Okay, looking more and more like Terror. Augur? Or is this yet another cantrip? Lorien? Are you looking for a Volatile Fjord? You are. I guess I'm just passing, right? That's not bad. Guess I'll hit. Do I want to hold the duress for the combo turn? I guess I do, right? So, considering they don't have any counter magic, I'll just play a Goblin Matron with the intention of finding a Putrid Goblin. That resolves. Yes. I would love to find a creature. I imagine my thing is gonna get hit. Bolt! Scred. Yes. I don't have any use for the mana right now. I'm not gonna get cute with it. But we do have a second Goblin Matron. So what I think I should have done was play Duress turn 1 and then sculpt the rest of my game plan around it. Because if I play Duress on 1, then I get to go the Carnarium on 2. Oh, they just go for the Monarch? That's interesting. So there's no way I can get the Monarchy from them right now. And they do play Breath Weapon or Cannonade. So am I just trying to resolve a couple spells? That's kind of rough, huh? I guess I will use my mana and unearth Prospector, play Carnarium, and bounce the Swamp. This leaves me with 2 bodies in play in case maybe I want to try and take the Monarchy. And I am just going to Fanatical Offering the Matron at the end of turn. Ponder, sure. So this is a deck that has a lot of interaction because they also have removal spells, but they are not going to be as disruptive as Blue Terror, and their clock is likely going to be slower too. I think that if our opponent attacks here, I just take it and then try to take the Monarchy back, upon which they will likely try to remove my guys. They don't attack. Do you not have a land? They didn't shuffle, so I imagine they're gonna have a land? No. Okay. So I'm just going to try and... is that true? Yeah, I guess. That's just so much interaction. Okay, that's not bad. So... guess I could have Duress first. I imagine there are going to be a couple of removal spells thrown my way here. Might be a double bolt situation. Scred the Prospector. Guess I will Offering. Counterspell. Okay. So now they're going to block the Matron on the Commodore, and I'm going to do the same thing again. I will draw a couple cards. I do hit a Swamp, so I guess I am just going to immediately cast this, bring the Matron back, and get another Prospector. Cycles Lorien revealed, so they did find a land. Ponder. They are tapping a little low here. If they play one more spell, or, I mean, if they tap one more mana, I guess I go for it. Again, keep in mind that First Day of Class does give haste, so it is possible to play it, play a couple dudes, take the Monarchy. I don't think it's going to be a great... Oh, you are attacking. Interesting. Terror number 1. Okay. So, I do think it's go time. Let's see what the rest tells us. I do not want to see double burn spell. Okay. Can I beat Spell Pierce? So it is 1... Well, I'm taking Lightning Bolt regardless, right? There's no point in trying to play around that one. So this is 1, then it's 1, 2 for the Putrid, and then 1, 2 again. I'm 1 mana off. No! Yeah, right? No, okay, wait. What if I play the first day of class now? I play the first day of class. No, but then they just still spell pierce. I have to pay for it. And then I don't have the black mana. God. So do I just pass? And that is so frustrating. Yeah, because I don't have the mana, right? So, guess Matron. Yeah, guess I'll search up. Do I just get the Oracle to have the kill? Or do I get a third prospect? I think I just get another prospector, right? And then Carnarium, bounce the Vault of Whispers. And I guess I'll play one of the prospectors. Right. That was so close. Okay, I believe I was 1 mana off. I could be wrong here. Like if you're a pro at this deck, let me know. But I think I was 1 mana off on my play there. Because I would play the prospector, and then I would have to sacrifice the matron to then play the putrid, and then I would sacrifice the putrid, and then with the trigger on the stack, I would play first day of class. And then I think I would have 1 mana left. Yeah, so it wouldn't work. Gosh. Okay. This deck is exciting. I like it. Okay, so opponent played a preordain, went bottom, then they played ponder and didn't shuffle. And now they played a land and are considering if they attack or not. They are not attacking. Huh. Okay, another Vault of Whispers. What am I trying to do here then, right? So I guess I map token on the Prospector. Maybe I should have done it on the Goblin Matron. Krar Clan Shaman. I do not want this. Put it in the graveyard. Prospector is now with the thing. Do I just try to go for it? I guess, right? Play first day. I imagine that they found something here. Let's see. Okay, so opponent went long into the tank there and then just let our thing resolve. So I guess now they're not gonna try to use the spell pierce. Guess I play the putrid goblin. Resolves. Okay. Are you going to try to interact in response to something? Sacrifice. Always yield to everything. Hold the W key. Looks like we're just going. What is this? Breath Weapon. In response to the first day of class counter, and I don't have the black mana. Yikes. Yeah. So if I had the black mana, I could immediately draw a few cards. Yeah, that works, right? Rough. And that actually messes up a lot of my plans. So sacrifice everything. Yep, that's very unfortunate. I think we're done then here. But I will try to keep playing for a bit. So Breath Weapon resolves. It's going to kill their Commodore. I have a total of 6 mana. So let's Introduction to Prophecy. That is another Putrid Goblin. Don't think I won the Prism. Maybe I'm wrong on that. So play the Prospector. Play the Putrid Goblin. But I don't have the kill because I don't have black mana anymore. Yeah. So I have infinite mana, but I don't have... Oh, God. So I guess I'm attacking. And there was no way I could have topped the Prism and then played the Prism and then played the Putrid Goblin, right? Yeah, that wouldn't have worked. Even if I kept it on top, I wouldn't have the black mana to do the thing. So I guess I'm just attacking and taking the Monarchy. Our opponent will block the Skirk Prospector, of course. But they do have a Murmuring Mystic. Yeah, the Breath Weapon was too much for us. So I think I shouldn't have played... Oh, do you have another removal spell? Okay, no. Okay. So we just take it and pass the turn. Another Putrid Goblin. So our opponent played that very well. Congrats to them. Murmuring Mystic, I would imagine. There they are. Terror. So I need to hit big. That's not big. But I guess that's a thing that I can sacrifice. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have even done that. Guess I'll just... Eviscerators. Yeah. I'll try to do my thing, but I don't think it's gonna work out. And I'm not interested in wasting a lot of clock here. Guess I'll Eviscerators again. Again, they still have Spell Pierce in hand, so I can play a second Putrid Goblin and attempt to go off next turn. Oh no, I don't want to play this. I just said that they have Spell Piercing in hand. What am I talking about? So I'll pass, chump block one of the terrors, and attempt to go again. Ooh, Torch the Tower. Okay, so I think that does it. Torch the Tower main deck. That's pretty bad for us to draw. Yeah, okay, I think we're done. They still have 5 cards in hand. Even if they don't have anything, I'm just dead. Probably to like birds. Okay, so that was not great. We do need the red blasts, not the shaman. So I'm thinking about the same plan as last time, and I guess I'll bring in the Mesmeric Fiend with the intention of sacrificing it with the trigger on the stack. So I do not want the Krarklan Shaman. I don't think that I want the Toxin Analysis. What was my other cut? A Prism, right? I don't think there's anything else that I want to do here. Guess I'll do the same then, cut a Prism. Prism is just generically good, but I don't know how good. Okay, so that's fine. Again, I do think that this matchup is worse than the other one because having red-based removal is very bad for us because we are a creature combo deck. So the red-based removal can go a long way for them. I think this is fine. It's not amazing, but I think it's fine. We have 2 pieces of the combo. We have stable mana. We have a Prism and a Offering. Relic. I didn't bring any artifact hate, right? That's also pretty bad. I didn't even take that into consideration, that they would have Relic of Progenitus being a blue-red deck, but I think they probably just cut their terrors. Yeah. This is where not knowing about the deck in the metagame comes to bite you in the butt a little. Second Relic, sure. And a Ponder, okay. So, how am I gonna do this now? Double Relic is pretty bad. Guess I'll Prism, draw, and then land, and I guess I'm playing out 1 Prospector just to attempt to use my mana a bit. I cannot F6 because if for some reason they decide to torch the tower, I need to be able to sacrifice this. Okay, land is pretty decent. So theoretically we have the combo, but they do have double Relic. So play Prism, resolves. I'm not gonna play the Vault of Whispers just yet, and I am going to crash in for 1. Problem is that the Relic is not only the pop, that's the thing. The exiling cards from the graveyard is also very annoying, and because they have 2, I think it's going to be very hard to overwhelm their resources. I do think that I am just going to Fanatical Offering one of my Prisms here. Are you countering? You are. Counterspell. Lose focus. No, I will not pay. Okay. Okay. So they just have 1 mana up, but they still have double Relic. So what do? I play... Oh, I don't even have... Oh no, I do have First Day of Class. Never mind. So I play Putrid, play First Day of Class, and then I force them to pop 1 of the relics, and that's it? Well, that doesn't seem like a winning strategy. Alternatively, can I just go beat down? I think we are pretty dead in regards to trying to combo them out. So I guess I am just going to attempt to go do the beat down thing. Prospector, Putrid Goblin, and I'll hit him for 6. Yeah, I think that's the best I'm gonna be able to do here, unfortunately. If they don't have anything, we might get there, but that is a tall order. Oh, they popped all the graveyards. Okay, that's a good sign. Means that they also probably don't have a current answer to what we are trying to do. Again, Breath Weapon here is like a disaster. I mean, at least we got our Putrid Goblin, right? Because it's a 3/3. Man, I really want to have 1 Bushwhacker in the deck. Just 1. I wouldn't be able to cast it here, but I would love to have a Bushwhacker in the deck. Can you imagine just like Goblin Matron, get the Bushwhacker, whack your opponent? That would be sweet. Is this a bolt? Bolt on the Putrid Goblin. Ah, is this gonna be Breath Weapon? Sure, it resolves. If this is a Breath Weapon, I I'm almost, yeah, sure. I'm almost like immediately comfortable conceding. Draw, okay. So I guess I'll play Dweller Oracle. Straight up counterspell. Okay. So they don't have Breath Weapon. Hit for 3. Okay. Do I want to get got by Hydroblast or by Spell Pierce? I think Goblin Matron is the better choice. Hydroblast. Okay. So our opponent has a lot of interaction. The difference here is that they still don't have a clock, but the moment they find a clock, it's gonna be over. They immediately shuffle. All they need to do is find a Murmuring Mystic or something along those lines, and we're gonna be done here. Oh, okay, so they popped the second relic. Interesting. Guess I'll Introduction to Prophecy. Counterspell, okay. Attack. So you're saying there's a chance. Lorien, that's very bad. Yep, Lorien is pretty bad. I imagine there's another removal spell coming, sure. And now I'm trying to beat down with a 1/1 against a deck full of boats and all sorts of things. Ponder, yep. So they didn't shuffle, which leads me to believe that they found a thing that kills us. Yep. I'll take one more draw, but I am almost sure we're dead. Yep, we are dead. So GG, this matchup seems atrocious for us. It's very bad. It's just all cheap interaction and counterspells. Were we far away from doing something? Yes, very. It is what it is. I mean, it was my mistake for not sideboarding Graveyard Hate in, but at the same time, I don't even know if it would have made a difference. I think even if our opponent didn't have the relics this game, we would have still lost just based on how much interaction they have. I'll see you guys for round number 3. Welcome back to round number 3. We are on the draw against Pilopanga. So this hand doesn't have any pieces of the combo, but it does have a lot of card draw. I think I'm still going to keep it. I'm here to test the deck. There is also a Toxin Analysis in case we need it for something. And the main reason, Forest, is this what? Okay, just natural Forest into no play. Yep, guess I'll just County Garden and plan on Carnarium next turn. Is this gonna be Spy? Yes, seems like it is indeed Spy. I mean, could also still be like Elves. It's not. Could be Walls. So what am I trying to do here? I don't think I'm playing the card advantage game. I think I'm just gonna try and go fast. And it's not even gonna be very fast because we just kept a hand with a lot of card advantage. So if we are playing against Walls or Spy, we are sort of on the same deadline. We do have Toxin Analysis, meaning that there is a pretty big incentive for us to find a Krark-Clan Shaman, either through drawing it or just with Goblin Matron. So right now I'm thinking about offering the plant token into next turn, play Eviscerator's Insight on the map into Carnarium, immediately bouncing the County Garden, trying to find the Krark-Clan Shaman. Of course, if we find some of the combo pieces, that might change, but overall, that's what I'm currently thinking about. So it is indeed Spy. We figured it out. EA for us. There's the swamp into I guess I don't even have to answer it. It's kind of I think you take the Toxin Analysis. Interestingly, I don't even know if our opponent knows what we are against from this hand, because there's no indicator. It just kind of looks like a hey, there's our girl. Yeah, hello dear. So we could just die next turn, right? So do I want to show them? I guess I play to. I'm not gonna concede, right? Yeah, I guess. Fine. I'll try to do the thing. Hurt me. If you got it, hurt me. They got it. So we are just dead on turn 4. Unfortunately, we lost the die roll, and our opponent had it. I'm just gonna take a quick look. Lots of Dimir House Guards from what I'm seeing. Total of, seems like 39 creatures. No Lotus Petal. Okay. So that was that. I guess I'm taking the Fiend, the Analysis, Krar Clan. Do I want anything else? Like, a Braid hits some of their cards, but doesn't hit their big mana producing things. I guess I'll keep Stormshriek Pharaoh as a possible kill condition. I don't even know how good Duress is in this matchup, because the card we're trying to hit is a non-creature, is a creature. Probably don't need the Unearths, because they're not going to be killing our guys. Could try to use them with Krar Clan. Duress at least hits their card advantage thingies. Guess I'll try this. Cut some Duress, bring in a little hand disruption and analysis, and a second shaman. Okay, what do you do? Nothing? I think this hand is just too slow. What do you do? So this is also slow, but it has our play, which supposedly it's gonna happen turn 4, but at least we are on the play now, so I guess I'm keeping this. Opponent mulligan to 6, I'll be keeping, send the munitions away, and our opponent capped on 6. There's the land grant. Oh, they have a second one, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they have Houseguard, Lotlet, Double Winding Way. Double Winding Way is pretty annoying. I guess I'll just do this, bounce the guard, and pass the turn. We did find a Duress, which is decent. Especially because I do not have an untapped land for the Matron next turn. Wall of Roots was a good draw, and an immediate Winding Way, drawing 3 cards. So they have both Giants in hand? That's interesting, though. They have a Sagu. I don't think there's any way I can cut them off of mana. They don't have the thing yet. This is unfortunate. What do I do here? Do I draw cards? Do I just play the Putrid? I think I just play the Putrid Goblin to have it in play and then replay the County Garden. I honestly don't know. If you told me that I was supposed to Fanatical Offering the plant, I would believe you, but I am not sure what to do here. This matchup doesn't seem great either. There's another Battlement. We do not have a lot of sideboard for this matchup, by the way. I imagine because it's sort of like a race. Problem is that I think they are much more consistent than we are. And this is a situation where you're seeing the County Garden hurt us a little bit. So it's a 2 mana draw 4. Wait, so they played their Swamp. Did they they discarded? Oh, they discarded the Lotlet Giant. That's smart. Yeah. So they have the Mesmeric to check our hand next turn, making sure we're not able to Toxin Analysis. And we don't even have the collars that we need. But they also don't have triple black currently, right? But they could maybe? Yeah, because they can Saga Wildling for the black mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I missed something. What did I miss? Oh, I missed the Winding Way that they cast. So can they just kill me is the question. And I believe the answer is yes. They would need 7 mana. So Sagu for the black. That's 3. 4 with Saruli. 1. Transmute. 2, 3, 4. I think they have exactly enough to kill us as is. But I am not an expert on this deck. And I think I'll just pretend I'm still playing. I'm not... Yes, I would like to search. I don't have the kill in hand. I do think I am just going to try and find a Shaman. Maybe they will Mesmeric Fiend me instead of doing the thing that they were supposed to do, and we won't die. But I'm pretty sure we are dead. Oh, they just have another Troll. Okay. Okay, so they played the Mesmeric Fiend. Maybe I am not dead. They need to take the Shaman. I mean, I don't even have any artifacts currently. Yep, they take the Shaman, that's 3. You also have a Lead the Stampede. Okay, they hit 3 cards, one of them being a Fairy Macabre. Man, this deck is something. Transmute the House Guard, find the Spy. Okay, so I need to top deck the other Shaman right now. Okay, sure. Alright, problem is, I don't have the mana, right? So, I guess I do this, but it doesn't even do much. Like, I wipe the board, I get my other shaman back, but then I pass the turn to them, and then they can just sort of rebuild. And sure, the county gardens here are hurting me quite a bit, because I don't have anything else to play. I only have one colored source. Fine, I'll do the thing. And I can only even do it for one regard. I mean, it wouldn't make a difference, right? Guess I'll just gain a bunch of life. I don't have any other artifact to sacrifice. I just have to do this now. Ideally, I could wait until their turn, but it is what it is. Let's see if I'm still dead. 2. Play Wall of Roots, play Mesmeric. Sure, taking the other card. Battlement, I needed you a few turns back, buddy. They can still just spy. Like, I don't know. I don't think there is. Let me check the deck list real quick. But I don't think there's anything that I can really do here. I guess I could draw, like, munitions? So, offering, sacrifice Putrid Goblin. That's it, right? And then our opponent just casts Balustrade Spy, mills me, and that's that. Yep, congrats. So, again, very unfortunate. The Spy deck is just way more consistent, and as you can see, has so much more card advantage than we do. There's some horrendous noise outside. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I'll see you guys back here for round number 4. Welcome back to round number 4. We are on the draw against Clamego. Being on the draw, also very important for this deck. I mean, being on the play, rather. So, this hand is just very slow. I don't think we can keep this. This hand doesn't have stable mana. This hand doesn't have any mana. Sure, I guess. Am I keeping a hand that plays or a hand that casts... am I keeping a hand that tries to win or a hand that casts spells? And I think I'm just... Hi, friend. Greetings from Brazil. Hello, friend. Greetings from Brazil. Aw, he's a fan. He said great content. That's so great. I'm gonna tell him that he's gonna be on the video on the channel. That is great. I'm very happy to find people that just know me from the content. Yeah. Is this a rematch of the last game? Feels like it is. Guess it's gonna be a new chance for us to try to get them, but on a mulligan to 4. Oh no, it's not. So this is just traditional walls. Okay. So just double Ceruli, Tinder Wall, nothing. Okay. I guess I'll Prism. There's a Munitions that doesn't do anything, but at least if we do combo, we know that we have the kill condition in hand. We don't have to search for it. Winding Way. Let's take a look. They just hit a single card. Okay, they hit the Overgrown Battlement, which I believe they have to sacrifice the Tinder Wall to cast, right? I don't think they get to do everything the way things are, because they can have access to 4 mana, but not at once. Okay, there's a green, sacrifice. I imagine play the Battlement, play something else. Just the Battlement. Okie dokie. So, just offering the Prism. Let's draw a few cards. Play a Mountain. Let's see how dead we're gonna be. There's a lead. So now they hit 4 creatures. Okay. There's another Tinderwall. Cycle Generous End. Play the Leaf Caller? Or are you playing the Axebane Guardian? No, you played the Drawbridge, right? Yeah. Okay. You play the Drawbridge. You can even play the Leaf Caller right now if you want. So things are not great. That might be an understatement, but things are not great. I believe my out here is to try and just spike a Shaman plus... We didn't. I was going to say try to spike a Shaman plus a Toxin Analysis. We didn't, in which case I think I'm just going to duress them and hope I hit something. I should have played the Vault of Whispers, right? I'm just gonna duress them and hope that I hit the combo piece. Oh, they have the other one? That's rough. But they don't have a kill, right? Because they don't have the outlet here. Okay. So you can combo, but I need to see another thing. They just passed the turn. Okay. So guess I'll Prism. There's a Prospector. So I'm just missing a Putrid Goblin now. Play the Prospector. Crack the map. County Garden. Okay. Play the County Garden. Pass the turn. There's the leaf caller. Okay, so I imagine I'm dead now, right? You're just attacking for 1? So in this case, I think I just play the munitions and I shoot this. And that actually might keep the X-Bane Guardian in check, right? Yeah. So just shoot the leaf caller, sacrificing the plant. What a game! Okay. They should definitely not have played the leaf caller. I mean, they didn't know. No, that's not true, right? Yeah, it doesn't even make a difference because the Guardian plus the Alchemist themselves are already infinite. Okay, so I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, I guess. County Guardian is another sacrifice thingy. And currently I have 5 permanents that I can sacrifice. 6 permanents. And I think now I'm at the point where oh, maybe I should have done this already, right? Yeah, I think I should have done this at the end of last turn already. Okay, is that it? I think that's it, right? So, Putrid, hold priority, sacrifice this. First day? Yeah, we got there! So, we got very lucky. Like, we mulliganed to 4 and our opponent just lost by itself, by themselves. They didn't find their kill condition. So, that was really lucky for us. Now, this deck is very out of my current wheelhouse. I feel like the Krark clan and the Toxin Analysis are obvious, right? Okay. Do I want the Red Blasts? Because the Red Blasts hit the combo pieces, right? And I think I want the Abrade, because the Abrade also hits, what's its face? X-Bane Guardian. But then I think the Red Blasts do too. Probably the Mesmeric. So I have 4 easy cuts in the form of the Unearths, because these cards don't do anything. Then the Duresses have text, but are maybe not ready. I think I'm gonna try my plan, and I'll attempt to bring these in, right? I have no idea what I'm doing, as you guys can clearly see. So I think I'm just gonna cut the Duresses and the Unearths, and I'll attempt to do something different here. And if it doesn't work, so be it. But from what I understand, I mean, I guess there's a way. This hand doesn't do anything. This hand is okay. It's not great, but I think it's okay. So from the way I understand it, our opponent needs a blue spell to kill us. By comboing, I mean. So I think there is a Drift of Phantasms line, right? Beast Rider Vanguard. Or they can just try to beat us down. That works as well. Sure. We might just die straight up here because we don't have anything going on. And our opponent seems to have a lot of lands. So there's the X-Bane that I mentioned. Okay. Krark is something. I think I just pass. Play Vault of Whispers and pass, right? Opponent can have negates, but I think I just do this, and then I attempt to next turn play Krark. Okay, cycle the end. Opponent's gonna get in for 3, sure. It does hurt. Every point of damage is damage. 3. Are you just gonna hardcast a Generous End? Please do not. Okay. Oh, they just make 1 mana. That's true. It's not even that bad. Oh, they're just going to activate? Okay. So look at the top 3, may reveal a creature card, and there is a Mesmeric Fiend there. Okay. So that's a piece of our combo. I guess I just put them both in play, as strange as that sounds, because I know I'm gonna get hit with the Mesmeric, right? Okay, let's think about this for a bit. If I were desperate, I could Insight right now, sacrificing my Vault of Whispers, but that would leave me with only 2 mana and no artifacts for the Krark. I think I just play the Krark and pass the turn and make them fear the Toxin Analysis. That's fine. I'm not blocking. 2 damage is okay. There's a 4th mana. 4. Shield Wall Sentinel. Okay. What are you bringing to the table, Shield Wall Sentinel? That's also a defender. So now we currently have 4 mana. Just another Shield Wall Sentinel into a passing of the turn. Is now the moment that I want to offering. And what do I offer? I guess I tap like this. And then I offering my Vault of Whispers. because I'm just trying to find the thing. I didn't find the thing. So I have 2 of the pieces of the combo now. Unfortunately, I don't have the 3rd one, and I only have 1 artifact. Aye. Yeah. I don't know what to do here. I guess I'll just pass again. Crystal Grotto. I imagine now is the moment that our opponent will play their Mesmeric Fiend. I would imagine you cast your other Shield Wall Sentinel first, right? Yeah. Mesmeric Fiend is not even that good. I was just mentioning it because for them to take a peek at our hand. But of course, I can just wipe it away with the Krar Clan. Okay, so there's the Drift of Phantasms that I mentioned before. So that's 4. They are going to drift. No, Mesmeric first. Mesmeric Fiend. I think I just let that resolve. Sure, they took a Red Blast. Okay. They have double blue. Untap the X-Bane. 5 mana. They just activate the Vanguard. Okay. What are you getting for us? Another X-Bane Guardian. Alright. I imagine they're going to attack for 3. Yeah, I am not blocking. This Krar Clan Shaman is basically the only thing I have going for me. I guess I could block and sacrifice to try and find the combo. I guess that would be a line, right? Well, I didn't do that. So, do I just sacrifice now? I don't think so. I think I just keep passing. Okay, that's another Prospector. Man, I'm really missing on these things. So I guess I'll just play Prospector and then I'll block and sacrifice it. Guess I'll bounce. Sure, the Mountain. Pass the turn. At least the Prospector is going to disincentivize the Ranger, the Quirion Ranger from attacking. Okay, so I imagine the thing here is to transmute again, and then you reap the graves, but they don't have Storm to do that. Okay, so that is currently 4 mana for a total of 8, 9, 10. Red. What is the red for? In case you find Tuk Tuk Rubble for it. Okay, so transmute, you get Tuk Tuk. Okay, there's Tuk Tuk. So now it's 5 mana. What is your end game? To find the other Mesmeric Fiend? Because then you can take my other Red Blast. Okay, transmute the other Drift. So now you're getting... But you don't have any black mana floating. I don't remember if they already activated. Okay, Galvanic Alchemist. Oh yeah, okay. So I imagine you have the Reaping the Graves in hand? Sure, Secret Door resolves. I mean, I can just die to this eventually, but it is going to take a while. So I imagine you cast the Alchemist, I have to respond, counter target blue spell. Okay, then you Reaping the Graves for everything. So you get all of your dudes back. There's a couple copies that fizzle. What now? You just pass the turn, change phases, you attack. Interesting. I guess I'll block. I get the Quirion out of play. I have another Prospector in hand. That's not a first day of class. So I guess I go. Gosh, this is so hard. And it doesn't help that I don't have the colors that I need to do the things. Guess I'll cast the Eviscerators right now. Okay, so there's the combo, but I don't have the Prospector anymore because I sacrificed it. Maybe I should have sacrificed the Krar Clan Shaman trying to go for the combo, but again, I didn't. So let's move on. I was trying to hit Toxin Analysis instead of first day of class. Just hard cast Generous End. Yep. I only have 2 Prospectors in the deck, and I no longer have the Inerts. Lead. Okay. Yeah. I don't know exactly where I punted this game. Maybe it was just not meant to be. But I don't know exactly where I punted, but I know I punted pretty hard a few times. So Sentinel, Vandal, Generous End. So I guess they play the Vandal now to hit my map token. Okay, I gave them a creature in the graveyard. Guess I'll sacrifice you to get my red blast back. Oh, I'm just dead, right? Because their things have haste. That's true. Okay, I'm just dead. Okay, they can attack me. All right. We got there eventually. Okay. So, are we changing anything? Honestly, I don't think so. I think that was just a very weird game overall. I didn't have the artifacts to sacrifice. I didn't have the things to sacrifice. I could have gotten there at the very last turn, I think, but I wouldn't have black mana, because if I'm not mistaken, if I had sacrificed I guess I should have sacrificed the map, and then maybe it would have worked. Well, so this is a hand that doesn't have the first day of class and doesn't have card advantage, but it has the other pieces of the combo and it has a tutor for the Krark. So I guess I'll keep it. We also have the kill condition in hand, and I'm just gonna start off. They mulligan to 5. Okay, I think I'm interested in giving them a bit of a scare. I'm not gonna play my land that gets hit by a Masked Vandal. I am live to just stop decking the thing. First day of class. Not today. So, guess I'll Prism. There's another Prospector. So I guess I'll County Garden, and then I'll hit for 1. And I do think at some point... Ooh, okay, that's not great. Okay, at some point, probably meaning now, I am going to play the Dark Dweller Oracle. So if they have it, they have it. I'm just dead. There's nothing I can do about it. So I guess I will Oracle, and I guess I try to hit it. So I use a mana, and then I have 2... Yeah, wait, I use a mana. I have a land drop. Okay, so if I hit it now, exactly now, I can kill them. That looks like a first day of class to me. So what do you think, guys? Do you think we hit it? Sack? Play? And our opponent said, whoa, in a very Brazilian way, they said that I was very lucky, and that is true. Okay, so we got there. We are 2-2. Let's go to round number 3 and see if we can end up with a positive record. We did get extremely lucky. That was great. All right, welcome back. We are here for round number 5. We are on the draw against Daifuku. This is a hand that has double first day. We have, the hand is very slow. I'm gonna keep it and hope we are playing against something that gives us time to do our thing. Vault of Whispers is not the worst. Guess I'll stay as ambiguous as possible and just play a swamp. Opponent cycled into a second blue source. What is this? Is it terror? Is it something else? I am actually going to... No, that's not true. I think the game is shaping up to be a little slower. So I think I'll just keep my Matron in hand. Okay, they have the ugly Final Fantasy Brainstorm. Can somebody who plays Final Fantasy explain to me why this name and this art makes sense on a draw 3, put 2 back? I know nothing about Final Fantasy at all. And looking at this, I don't understand. To me, it very much feels like they just wanted to put like what seems to be like an important event on a card that would see play. But it's not even pretty, it's just so confusing from afar. Okay, my rant is over, this seems to be terror. Sleep of the Dead and Alorian revealed, guess I'm gonna get hit with the terror here. Delver, no terror yet. In which case I am just going to play my Matron. I fully expected this to be countered, but that is the way of things. It was. Okay. So next turn we got Unearth, we got Offering. Opponent does not flip. Take my 1. Terror coming out. Yes, 1. 1 terror coming right up. Yes, I'll attempt to Unearth my Goblin Matron. Thought Scour. Island Mental Note. Resolves, that's pretty good. I would love to use the ability, thank you. I will just get a... Does it even make a difference which one I get? I guess the Putrid? No. I guess I'll take a Prospector. And then I'll play a Carnarium, bouncing my Swamp. And now I have choices to make here, right? Do I play the Prospector and attempt to kill the terror with my Toxin Analysis? Or do I just hold up a draw spell? Choices, huh? I think my heart tells me to play the Toxin Analysis, but I do think it's smarter to play the Fanatical Offering. Delver is still not flipping, meaning that there is likely some sort of very big slimy monster coming my way. Block, hold priority, do the thing. Would you like to answer that? You would not. Another Unearth is pretty good. So we didn't take any damage here, but I do imagine there's another thing coming our way. Yep. Cryptic Serpent. Okie dokie. 2 mana up. Duress. So is this a thing? I think this is a thing that I just cast now or not. Yeah, I think it's a thing I cast now. Okay, so I'm taking... Now, let's do some math. So that is 1, I'm left with 3, 2... I think that's enough? But I don't have black mana anymore, right? Oh no, I think I do. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have 1 black... Okay, so I'm gonna take the Dispel, then I unearth the Matron, get my boy Putrid, play Prospector. Ah, no. Yeah, I don't have it anymore. Okay. So I guess I'll have to make do without it. I guess there was a better way to do that. Oh, no, that's fine. So hold priority, sacrifice this, trigger on the stack, cast First Day. First Day is going to resolve. I'll get the Introduction to Prophecy, always yield, sacrifice, always yield. And now we're gonna make some mana. We are going to be able to look pretty deep here. I think I'll make like 8 mana. I guess I can map token first, right? A Prospector put in the graveyard, I do not want that. Introduction to Prophecy, bottom draw. Not looking great. Guess I'll make a few more mana. Prophetic Prism is a good draw. Play another First Day of Class. Get another Introduction to Prophecy. Cast it. Neither of these cards do what I need, so we are down to a last draw. And we fizzled. That's so bad. Yeah, we just fizzled. And now we're done, right? We dug pretty deep, but we didn't get there. And I did have to use all my mana, right? Because it was a black mana for the Putrid, for the Duress, and for the Unearth. And that was all 3. Yeah. Okay, do I want to keep playing? I don't think so. I think we just go to the next. Because now our opponent's going to hit one of our creatures. We're going to get hit for a bunch. Yeah, let's see how far away we were. We just didn't get there. Okay, we were very far away. Yeah, like 5 cards deep. Okay, sometimes that happens. We did the cool thing, but it was not good enough. So, Red blasts in, Unearths out, Toxin Analysis out, guess I'll bring an Unearth back in. I can cut the other Shaman and leave another Unearth. I think that's good enough. What did I do the last time? Did I cut the Stormshriek Pharaoh? I think I did, right? I think I'll keep the Stormshriek Pharaoh to try it. Fizzling with this deck feels very bad. Because you do all these cool things and then you go and you go and you go and then you just... Boop. Okay, shake it off, let's try again. Nope. So, yeah, I don't think I can keep this either. I guess. Well, I'm certainly bottoming the Munitions and then the Matron? Or do I want to bottom a County Garden? I guess I'll bottom the County Garden because I do feel like I need something to do moving on, and the County Garden is just a land that doesn't produce the color of mana that I want. I am just going to straight up do this right now. I'm not interested in getting got. Sure, okay. We are Gardens. We be Gardens now. Opponent's Delver hasn't flipped yet. 2 games in, still nothing. Ponder, pretty Ponder. I like that one. Oh, to the people in chat, I'm sorry, but your messages hadn't shown up to me before. Golden Mustache. Space Championship. Which one would it be? Option 1, Tron Blink, Rakdos Madness, Burn, or Junk Wildfire. So, Golden Mustache, if you are looking at winning, out of the options that you gave me, Giant Wildfire is by far the best one. It's just a very strong, consistent mid-range deck, and if you are like me and you enjoy actually playing the games, Giant Wildfire is going to give you the most out of that. I also think it's just really boring. So from your options, I would play Flickertron before I played Rakdos Madness or Giant Wildfire. So opponent just hit us with the Delver, cast their Ponder, didn't shuffle, yada yada, sure. Guess I'll County Garden, and I will pass the turn now that I have a second draw spell lined up. So flipped on a Brainstorm, get hit for 3. I have the option here of sacrificing either the plant token or the map. Oh, I guess I should have played something in response to that, right? To the Ponder, because then I can't get God by Counterspell. Okay, I think I sacrifice the plant because the map token possibly represents another draw. That's a Dispel, okay. So I have the combo, but I don't have the colors. Yep, that's a thing. That's been a tendency lately, huh? I guess I'll just play the Vault of Whispers and pass. Again, this was a mulligan to 5, so I can't be very picky. But we still dug like 10 cards in and didn't find a red source. I don't know what Niobe Red is, Golden Mustache. But if you're talking about red decks in general, I would say that Flickertron is much better against Raleigh Red than against the other two. If you're playing against Finger Burn or Madness Burn, those two I think are going to give you a run for your money. But I also think that Raleigh Red is much easier to shut down if you're playing Rhino or Moment's Peace. Guess I'll attempt to do this right now. Is there another Dispel in my future? Okay, so I'm pretty sure we're dead, right? I would need to... I don't even know if there's anything I could hit. I guess I'll take a peek at our opponent's hand, and they have 3 pieces of interaction. Yep, we are done here. Unfortunately, but we just didn't draw a red color, and we end up 2-3-ing once more. I'll be back here in just a moment to wrap up and talk about my thoughts on the deck. Okay, so, final thoughts on the deck. I had so much fun. I had a lot of fun. This deck is very fun to play. I hadn't tried it in a really long time. I do think the sideboard needs some work. I understand what you're going for with the 1 Abrade, 3 Cast into the Fire, and 2 Masked Vandals. You are trying to play sort of like the same game that Dredge plays, where you're trying to Ponza your Jund and Affinity opponents. So you side in like 6 land removals, and then you just try to keep them off balance long enough for you to combo off. I think that our losses were somewhat understandable. Not even somewhat. I think they were very understandable. Spy is just a better, more consistent deck. They draw much more cards, many more cards than we do. And I think that our loss to blue was also, again, expected. We just lost to ourselves. We didn't have a functional mana base. We mulliganed a lot into a hand that didn't play. And I just think that blue-red Scred is a nightmare matchup. It's like all 1-mana interactions. That said, the deck felt much more powerful than I remembered. And I'll be honest, we did get very lucky twice in this league against walls. We played to our outs, sure, but it was literally like 1 card out of possibly, like, let's say 4 copies out of however many cards we had in the deck at the time. So it was our out to winning, but it was also extremely lucky from us. We also got lucky to draw the Parkland Shaman at a couple points during the games. I think we were running somewhat hot here today. But that said, I'm pretty sure I'm going to try this deck again. It was really fun. I think that 3 County Garden might be too many. I know they are very good, and I just copied the list from Hamuda. I didn't change anything about it. But I really like the inclusion of the County Garden. I really like the inclusion of the Prophetic Prisms. I think it's really cool to have an artifact to do this kind of thing. And I don't think I have anything else to add. Deck was really fun. Playing for the res is just good praxis currently in the metagame. I would have liked to get one more win, but at the same time, I think I enjoyed my experience enough that it was worth it overall. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are not already. If you would like to keep up with my streams, make sure to follow me over here on Twitch as well, where I am currently streaming this league, and I will make an effort to stream every time that I get a chance to record one of these videos. And also, last thing, if you have suggestions on lists to play, on interesting ideas or decks that you want to see that maybe haven't shown up in a while, hit me up, send me a message, find me on Discord if you want, same name as it is here. Feel free. I am an open book whenever you guys want to talk. And thank you very much for staying with me here, dedicating some of your time to watching this pile of gobbos go to school. It was really fun. Thank you guys. See you later.